Those shootings both happened in Northwest within an hour of each other. You see the locations there on your map there. Police say a 5-year-old boy was playing in a courtyard in the Shaw neighborhood when two gunmen opened fire. Our Christian Flores joins us live from that scene. Christian, what's happening there at this hour?
Yeah, so just in the last half hour or so, the investigators, police, they pretty much pulled down all of their police tape. They've opened up where this crime scene is. In fact, just a few minutes before we went on air, we spoke with a couple of National Guard troops who responded to this shooting. They were really curious of the condition of the victims, especially that 5-year-old boy who was shot. We were able to tell them that 5-year-old boy and the two adult males who were shot have non-life-threatening injuries, but they brought up something where I want to note it for you. Right now, we are actually standing pretty much where that shooting happened. That's according to those troops who responded. They said that detectives picked up shell casings where we're standing. Obviously, those shell casings are no longer here on the scene, but we did hear from the MPD interim chief Carroll that the victims were actually over there in that courtyard. That 5-year-old boy was playing there. The adult males were also here. And he said the way he described this shooting was that these two suspects just fired their guns indiscriminately about 100 to 150 feet away from the victim. So he was even having a hard time determining whether or not that this was a targeted shooting. That's obviously still something for investigators to get to the bottom of. Now, again, all three of those victims have non-life-threatening injuries. Another thing to keep tabs on: the two adult males who were taken to the hospital. They were taken to the hospital by first responders. When officers got here to the scene, they were also told the child was hurt. Now they make it to the hospital. That's where they find out that that child's parents took him to the hospital. So obviously a lot of moving pieces out here. Take a listen to what the chief had to say just about the tragic nature of this shooting.
Obviously, this is tragic. Gunfire here in the community for no reason. We really need the community's help tonight to locate the individual who struck a child and struck these two individuals that were here.
Chief Carroll really emphasizing the need for the community's help. Those two suspects, not much in details at this point. All we were told is that those two suspects were wearing dark clothing and just ran off right after that shooting somewhere in this area, eastbound, I believe is where the chief said. So obviously they're asking for anyone who may know anything to give them a call so they could really get these two off the streets. Josh?
Christian, how is the community responding to this shooting tonight?
It was very emotional. I mean, we spoke with an advisory neighborhood commissioner, and she was absolutely distraught. Again, it's a 5-year-old child who's just outside playing as any kid would on a day like today. And then next thing you know, that kid is in the hospital suffering from a gunshot wound. Take a listen to what that ANC had to say just about how sad this situation really is.
I don't even know what it would feel like to be the parent of a 5-year-old and for this to happen. This is a level of terror that this community just does not deserve, and we need to figure out a way to solve it.
And Chief Carroll says they've actually increased patrols in this area because of community concerns, and officers were just a few blocks away when the shooting happened, so they're able to respond quickly. But given tonight's incident, you would imagine that there'd be even more increased patrols moving forward. Josh?
All right, Christian Flores live in the Shaw community. Christian, thank you. Now we turn to that second separate shooting, also in Northwest. Police say they found a man wounded along Mount Pleasant Street. They say a second man had gone to the hospital with injuries from this scene. It's unclear if he was also shot. Police say both knew each other. They were arguing at the time. No word on any arrests at this time here or in the other incident.